Hey guys, how's it going? Havoc here, and I am playing Firewatch. I really don't know how to explain what this one is. From what I saw with the trailer, you're basically, I'm the way I guess to describe it, so you're like some sort of ranger or the people that are out in the very dense wilds of the United States. From what the description says, out in the wilds of Wyoming, and the only person you have a connection to or talk to with is somebody else in another Firewatch tower, um, through a handheld walkie-talkie. So, but from what I saw of the trailer, it's got comedy, but it's also got mystery. There's something that happens, and I don't know what, but it just looked really good. It looks so interesting. So, let's play this. I want to get into this right now. New game. Oh, I guess we're starting Boulder, Colorado, in 1975. You see Julia. Okay. She's about your age, late 20s, laughing with well-dressed professors and grad students from nearby CU Boulder. You, Henry, are out drinking with your pals. You approach her. You are drunk. Great. uh, so I think there's two overused of drunk guys. You're so pretty. um, what the hell is going on here? I'm just gonna go with the major. So, what's your, you know, major? You slur your words, and it smells like coolers. You give an awkward smile. Evolutionary biology, she says. And I'm a professor. Cool, you reply. What's yours? She asks. Sniff the air. Toxicology? Was that a burn? You ask. She says definitely. Worried she hurt your feelings, she asks if you want to split a cheeseburger. 1 week later, you are Julia's boyfriend. What? What? Clicked it. Okay. Hello? This is my truck. Load gear. Yeah, like that won't go flying out of the damn truck. You date over a year. She drives you absolutely nuts. It's great. You move in. You share an apartment near the school with a view of the mountains. You two drink beers out on the deck. You drink a beer just about anywhere. Life is good. Julia wants to get a dog. There's a scruffy... There's a scruffy, undersized beagle. Julia is in love. She wants to bring it home with... There's a scruffy, undersized beagle. Julia is in love. She wants to bring it with her to class. There's also an intimidating but gentle-eyed German Shepherd. Nothing bad could happen to Julia while walking this dog. It's badass. You pick up the beagle and she calls him Bucket. You adopt Shepherd and name him Mayhem. I love German Shepherds, but she wants the beagle. Beagle, Shepherd, Bucket, Mayhem, Bucket. Bucket's a good dog. And a week later, you've totally forgotten about the other one. Julia loves him. You love him too. Aww. 1979. You talk out on the deck. It's summer. 9:30 p.m. and the heat still radiates off the high desert. What do you think about kids? She asks. Kids? They're not very smart or good at much. I'm saying if you and I have some... Okay, let's start. Kids. They're not very smart or good at much. I'm saying if you and I have a couple of little idiots. That would be pretty good. One day while rush. Let's go with that. In that case, we should probably get married. Yeah, I would like that. You say. These kids are going to be screwed up enough. It's probably for the best that their parents are hitched. You say she's absolutely right. Huh? Well, what? I'm confused. I am so confused. What is going on here? Wow, this looks really good. What the fuck? 1980. It's Thursday night. Julia is 4 hours late. She doesn't call. You worry and get angrier by the minute. She walks in after you've gone to bed. She's not quite drunk, but she's clearly been having a fun time. You fight when she gets between the sheets. Yeah, I could be overreacting. If I go for it, you get mad. I'm gonna go for you ignore her. You don't touch each other all night. The next day, you feel guilty for being so angry and ask her about her evening. She says it was great. You hold on to a tiny pill of resentment. You make some coffee and go to work. 1981. Julia still likes to draw. She draws plants from 1981. Julia still likes to draw. She draws plants from her research. She draws all the places you go. She draws you. You pose as a flex like He-Man. You frolic like a Victoria's Secret model. Me being a clown, you know, I would so do that. You know what? Fuck it. Very nice. Okay, what is going on here? (1982). During the summer, wow, the music just really changed tone. During the summer, you and Julia enjoy walking bucket at night. There's a festival in town. It brings folks from faraway places. One of them tries to mug you with a knife. Bucket gets kicked. Fuck, da, da, da. Julia yells. She gets flustered and has trouble speaking when she is stressed. You confront the attacker. You scare him away or beat his goddamn face in. Oh, you fucking kicked my dog. I'm gonna punch you in the face, you asshole. How dare you? Your arm gets cut up, but you beat the guy to a pulp. You don't feel very tough. You cry your eyes out before the cops show up. Julia asks to take a different path from that day forward. You say okay. You don't want to go that way either. From then on, you walk by the river. 1980. Wasn't it 1981? Okay, so 1984. Plans to have kids get waylaid by work. Waylaid? I don't even know how to pronounce that. I'm guessing it just means like delayed or pushed back or something like that. I don't know. Press on. Julia gets offered a job at Yale. Yale is in Connecticut, 2,000 miles away. It's a great job, associate's department chair. She wants to move. You absolutely do not. Convince her not to take the job. Agreed if she commutes back and forth. As a person like me, I couldn't handle myself blocking someone else's dreams, and she enjoys teaching in, science, so I agree. You ask her if she'll commute back and forth. You don't want to move to Connecticut. She says it'll be You ask her if she'll commute back and forth. You don't want to move to Connecticut. She says that'll be hard, but she'll do it if you won't move. You tell her not to pass it up if it's what she wants. She agrees, flies back to Boulder 3 times each semester. Ugh. 1985. Julia is sent home from Yale on paid leave after having an episode. She lost it on a colleague for borrowing her books that were important to her research. She didn't remember she'd happily loaned them to him 2 days prior. Oh. Um, she was found crying in the stairwell. You say that maybe you guys should talk to someone about it. You make macaroni and drink wine and try to forget about it. Let's talk to someone. After multiple doctor's visits and having many tests, they are worried that Julia might be suffering from early onset dementia? She was 41. You both decide to keep it a secret? What? I don't need to see that, man. Bucket is getting older, and Julia comments that it's kind of nice because he gets in less trouble around the house. A week later, she goes back to the university. 1987. Julia's affliction gets worse. 1987. Julia's affliction gets worse. She can't remember things in class. Her research is in shambles. She drives her car to the next town over for no particular reason and has to be brought home by the police. She is devastated. She is sent home on permanent medical leave. Some days you get the Julia who calls you a dope and your unborn children little idiots. Other days you get a stranger. She pulls you into bed to make love, and after 5 minutes she goes into a panic, believing her dad is at the door. You tell her family. They are crushed and begin to make trips to and from their home in Australia to visit her. For a while, your friends come by with little things to brighten the day. She gets worse. (1988) You spend your days following Julia around the house. You count the seconds between the 2 weeks visit. 1988. You spend your days following Julia around the house. You count the seconds between the 2 weekly visits from Daniel, the nurse. He suggests that Julia could live somewhere else. Somewhere with 24-hour care. A home. It sits with you for a couple of months. You decide to move her into a full-time care facility. determined to take care of her yourself. Oh man. This is like the saddest opening to anything I've played ever since, like, almost The Last of Us. I mean, I was so sad. What is this? Her family agrees with your decision. You find a fantastic place in Boulder and move her there. You see her every day, then every other day. You go out to the bar with your old friends. It's not the same. You get the feeling that every wife tells her husband, if you put me in a home like Henry did, I'll cut your balls off. You slowly decide not to see your old friends that much. Dude. 1989. Julia's sister, Susan, moves to Boulder to be closer to her. She visits her every day. You go with her some of the time. Susan buys you an old typewriter and urges you to use it if you won't see a therapist. You won't. You've always really liked Susan. Months go by. Bucket dies. Aww. Julia doesn't remember him when you tell her. Sometimes it takes her a minute to lock in on you. In the back of your mind, you believe it's because you see her less and less. And seeing her less and less makes her forget you more. You think. Summer is coming, and you see an ad in the paper for a job. You take it. Man, this is sad. I mean, jeez.
Hello, Two Forks Tower.
Where are you?
Two Forks Tower, this is Thoroughfare Tower. Come in.
Hello? Whoever this is?
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
Yeah, that's what the guy said on the phone.
So, what's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
People take this job to get away from something. So, what's wrong?
What's wrong with you?
That's a great idea. Go ahead.
Look, I just hiked for 2 days, so I don't really follow whatever it is you're doing right now.
You take a stab at what's wrong with me.
Fine, then can I sleep forever?
Sure, buddy. Okay, now go ahead.
Okay, you're probably just rebelling against a mom who wishes you had given her grandkids, by the sound of your voice, at least 15 years ago. You come out here and it really grinds her gears and you love it. Can I sleep now?
Well, she also says I fuck immature men, but in my defense, who wouldn't want a 28-year-old with ambition and energy and some fire in his belly in bed?
Me, I'm going now.
Just a second, now it's my turn.
Okay, good night, bye.
Let's see. I don't know anything about you. I say you got fired from your job and have finally decided to write your novel. That's the sort of bullshit reason you'll find a man out in the woods.
Good night.
Welcome to the job.
That was interesting.